Hello students, welcome to Arjun English School. Today in Standard 11 Statistics subject, I am going to start chapter number 4, Measures of Dispersion. Earlier sessions we have completed all this full syllabus of first term of accountancy and then after in statistics we have already completed up to chapter number 3. Today we are going to start chapter number 4, Measures of Dispersion. Here, first of all, we have to understand the meaning of dispersion. It is given at here a measures which shows how far the observations of the data are scattered from measures of average. It is called dispersion. It means, say for example, this is a timeline. Now, if it is an average point, then a measure which shows how far the observations of data are scattered from measures of average means some observations are on left side and same way some observations are plotted on right side, and average shows the middle of this, that is called average. It is not at the lowest point and not at the highest point, so we can call it as a average and measure from which data are scattered from the measures of average means here data are scattered at different points, so any specific measurement by which we can show the observations which are plotted or scattered here, so it is called dispersion. In simple way we can call it a various kinds of data which are scattered from the measures of average, such measurement tool or such measurement technique which we call dispersion. Okay, so this is the main uh, meaning of dispersion. Then after there are some techniques to measure the dispersion, and the techniques are the most important four techniques. First of all, range. Second one, quartile deviation. Third one, mean deviation. And fourth one, standard deviation. Range, in mathematical equation we called it as a R. It stands for range. Quartile deviation stands for QD. Mean deviation stands for MD. We can also call it as a delta X bar. And at last, standard deviation that we call S. And the square of standard deviation, if the square of standard deviation, which we call S square. So now you can see that there are the four measures of dispersion, that is range, quartile deviation, mean deviation and standard deviation. In this chapter, we have to complete these four topics one by one. There are different formulas to calculate these measures of dispersion. First of all, I am going to start with the concept range. Now here the first topic, that is range. It is a measures of dispersion, and range in mathematical equation it is called R. So formula for R, that is XH minus XL, where XH stands for highest value and XL stands for lowest value. Now this is the formula of R. It is very simple. In examination, this range can be asked for 1 to 2 marks only. Okay. And another thing, that is coefficient of range, where formula is xh minus xl divided by xh plus xl. Here it is called range and it is called coefficient of range, where xh minus xl in numerator and xh plus xl is in denominator. Now, in simple way, we can also write like this. The formula for xh minus xl is R. So we can also write in this way, R divided by xh plus xl. Both have correct meaning and both are correct formula. Okay. So this is the first measures for dispersion, and on the basis of this, I am going to start uh, practical sums regarding range. It is given in exercise 4.1. Here, sum number 1, the observations 162, 145, 170, 181, 167. These are the observations which are given in the question. Now, first of all, we have to understand the meaning of XH and meaning of XL. XH stands for highest value, the highest observation from all these data, that is 185, and lowest value, that is 145. So now formula of range is equals to XH minus XL, that is 185 minus 145, and our answer is 40. This is called range. Now, in question, they have also asked to find out coefficient of range. Now, coefficient of range is equals to R divided by XH plus XL, 40 divided by 185 plus 145, total of these two. And now 40 divided by 330, our final answer is 0.12. Got it? It is the simple formula to calculate range and coefficient of range. So now here you can see that it is a simple ungrouped data. And now what is the answer if it is a group data like discrete or continuous? So now I'm going to start a next topic, that is question number 2. It is related to group data discrete variable, where xi and fi given in the question 2, 7, 10, 18, 25, 30 and 37. At fi 1, 4, 11, 17, 23, 16 and 5. Now answer. Here again, first of all we have to find out xh and second one is xl. Now highest value and lowest value, that we have to see in the xi column, means observations. It don't see at Fi column only the observations that we have to check. Highest value, that is 37, and lowest value, that is 2. So XH is 37, XL is 2. So now see, it is very simple. Formula of R, XH minus XL, 37 minus 2, answer is 35. And second point, coefficient of range, that is R divided by XH plus XL. Value of R, 35, XH plus XL, 35 divided by 39. So our final answer will be 0.90. That's it. It is called group data and discrete variable. Now, next topic, that is question number 3. It is related to group data and continuous variable, where X and Fi different classes are given: 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, 60, 70, and 80. Fi 8, 20, 25, 60, 45, and 10. So now, from these observations, again, we have to find XH and the value of XL. Now, XH stands for highest value, but again, don't see frequency. You have to check only class. Highest class 70 to 80, there where highest value is 80 and lowest value, that is 20. So now formula of R, XH minus XL, 80 minus 20, it is 60, and second one, that is coefficient of range, R divided by XH plus XL, and value of R 60, XH plus XL means 60 divided by 100. Our answer is 0.60. That's it. So finally here we have completed the topic that is called range. It is very simple topic where there are two formulas, range and coefficient of range. Now our next topic is second measures of dispersion that we call quartile deviation. Okay. Now here in quartile deviation, we in short we can call it as a QD, as a mathematical equation. Formula for QD, that is Q3 minus Q1 divided by 2, and coefficient of QD, quartile deviation, that is Q3 minus Q1 divided by Q3 plus Q1. That's it. So again there are two formulas for quartile deviation and coefficient of quartile deviation. But here it is not so simple, because in this formula, first of all we have to find out separately Q3, value of Q3, as well as value of Q1. And value of Q3 and Q1, for these two values, we have to use chapter number 3, measures of central tendency. We have already completed the quartiles topic, where if it is ungrouped data, then there is separate formula. If there is discrete, then again there is separate formula. And if it is there is continuous, then again there is a different formula. So in different topic, here the Q3 and Q1 remain same, but the formula changes. Here in I am revising just in few minutes. In ungrouped data for Q3 and Q1, step number 1, arrange in ascending order. The data or observation which they have provided, we have to arrange in ascending order. Step number 2, Qj is equals to J n plus 1 divided by fourth observation. And step number 3, see the observation. That's it. It is called ungrouped data. Now for discrete variable, step number 1, find out CFI. Step number 2, Qj is equals to J n plus 1 divided by fourth observation. And step number 3, see the observation. Here you can see that in step number 1 there is a slight change. Otherwise step 2 and step 3 are same. And for continuous data, step number 1, find CFI. Step number 2, Qj is equals to J in bracket and by fourth observation. And step number 3, Qj is equals to L plus J n by 4 minus CFI divided by Fi into C. So this is the topic that we have already completed in chapter number 3. This is the only revision part. Now, from the next class, I am going to start the formulas and topic regarding quartiles deviation and practical sums on that. Okay. So thank you for today. See you in next class.